This is that one song that you heard so many times, and every time you hear it, you're like, I'm not gonna bump to this song. But then you start catching a vibe. I'm sorry, not sorry. Yeah. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Love with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Love with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Love with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Love with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, whoa. East Coast with that gang, gang. You know we don't play games, whoa. Hop up on that wagon, oh please just get out the way. You know we stay stuntin', right up in your face. We sorry, not sorry, we just stuck up in our ways. West Coast gon' head stand up, put that glass and hands up. Gang, 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 we famed up. Got that change, we bagged up. Crew love, we stay manned up. Ahem like I'm Wheezy, yeah. Rap game just too easy, drip so sick I'm queasy, whoa. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang, gang. Love with the gang, gang, gang. You know we don't play gang.
He's heating up!
West Coast with the gang, gang, gang. Love with the gang, gang, gang. You know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang, gang. Love with the gang, gang, gang. You know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang, gang. Love with the gang, gang. Yeah. Watch me finesse, walk to the lot. Good versus evil, God in his prime. Always in prime, always on time. Our time to shine. Wifey is fine, I'm doing fine. Glad that you asked. God fill me up, mud in my glass. God clean me up, all that I ask. Wherever you headed there fast. I am ahead, you are in last. Last time I checked, you were all gas. Gas in the whip it up fast. Fast and all furious, I'm starting to spaz. Getting all curious, you put me on blast. Blasting that Darius, kids in the back. Back to the future is black. Black like T'Challa, Wakanda attack. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang, gang. Love with the gang, gang, gang. You know we don't play gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang, gang. Love with the gang, gang, gang. You know we don't play gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang, gang. Love with the gang, gang, gang. You know we don't play gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the
He's heating up!
Love with the gang, gang, gang. You know we don't play gang, gang.
I am the danger.
Mr. Strickland.
Chicks will dig you. Or dudes, or whatever gender thing you're into.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Expecto Swole Tronum!
Papa Swolio's fucking arrived.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Swole Norma.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testing. Testicles. Ooh, welcome everyone to episode 24 Hundo and 7 Schwam of the Daily Mother Swole. The most muscular Swolecast, Beercast, Broadcast, Gangcast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleevescast, and Slaycast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, bustards, hustlers, and yo hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swole, yo, back with another episode. Today's episode, the Beastcast, is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everson K2, flexing on all you beasts.
It's the fucking Catalina wine. It's
the fucking Catalina wine.
It's Papa Swole, and the Swole fam. How are we doing, beaches? Welcome to the show. It is Friday, February the 10th, and we are ready for some Fef. Let's get a nice round of applause and some America. It's Friday. It's Friday, beaches, and if you don't know what Fuck'em Friday is, that's what Fef is. You could start dropping that hashtag in the comments down below. It's a day in which we unfollow, we unfriend, we delete, we block out all the fucking noise. Let me put that Scrolly McScrollerson at the bottom of the screen. It is time for you to clean house. Pillar number 7, all day, every day. But of course, on Friday, it's a little bit of an extra reminder that today is a community day. It's time for you to reinforce that pillar number 1. So go through your contacts, go through your podcasts, not the Daily Swole. Not the Daily Swole. You're not going to block out the Daily Swole. You're going to block out all those other beaches that don't make your nips rock fucking hard and slap you with knowledge cock every single day. So take care of those subscriptions. Take care of the people in your contacts list. You don't need Joe's Pizza in there anymore. You could delete all that fucking shit. Go through your Gmail contacts if you don't know. When your contacts list sinks over the course of decades and you just have all these contacts in your Gmail, they keep on populating when you get a new fucking phone. Delete that shit. Delete it all. Block it out. You don't need every single person's name in your phone. You could just see a phone number pop up, and that's totally fine. You know who it is, but you don't need their name. You don't need that personal connection. You don't need that distraction. Start dissociating yourself from all this distraction and focus on those 7 pillars and get after it today, fam. All right, we have a great show. We have an overtime segment, by the way, coming up right at the end of today's public live cast for members only. Join the fam right now, swolenormousx.com. You still have a little time to join. We have an amazing brand new driving while gaining. And of course, we go over some awesome edits. We do some throwback content. It's a lot of fun, and it goes live inside the private Daily Swole Telegram chat and Swole TV for members, and you could join right from your homepage. Once you log in, once you join, you still got some time. You could join the fam, swolenormousx.com. Overtime is available for members right after the public stream today. So in about 45 minutes or so, we're going to be going into OT. It's going to be fucking awesome. Brand new DWG. Let me tell you, it is off the fucking charts. Or so I hear. I haven't watched it myself yet, but it was fucking awesome. I raged hard. I went hard. So I'm assuming it's going to turn out to be something super special. So drop in the comments down below. What are you smashing today? All the links for everything. Leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Hit that thumbs up if you're watching on YouTube, and let's fucking go, beaches. Let's bust a nut wide open. Here we go, fam. Ow. Yes, sir. Let's go. Hashtag Fef for a chance to win today's Swole card. Fuck'em Friday is off to a great start. Fuck'em Friday. Hashtag Fef. Let's fucking go. All right. Drop that in the comments down below for a chance to win today's Swole card. That was not bad.
I gave it a 10.
You switched the samples.
A 10. A fucking 10.
That felt good. Felt really nice. Okay. Let's get into that tip. Everyone, shall we spit on it? And let's get into that tip. Pooah. Babe, just an inch. It's cold outside. All right, let's see what we got inside the Swole fam. So we talked about overtime coming up. Let's do a little plug for Swolenormous Apparel over there at papasolio.com because we do have some brand new designs. We have the brand new Better Call Swole that's available over there right now. Go check it out. Fire design if you like Breaking Bad. We also have the Heisen Swole and the Breaking Swole design. So that entire collection available over there at papasolio.com. Use code Daily Swole for 10% off. We have a lot of cool shit over there. And all the recent releases in the last couple weeks have been extra fire, so go and check it out. A lot of you already know that, but make sure you go and check out all the new drops as well. We have a new releases section, so you can go and check out all the latest drops if you haven't been there in a couple weeks. First post today. First post.
What's in the box?
Is from Callum. And Callum writes, a year ago today, I was sitting down scrolling through TikTok when a guy popped up telling me to go to the fucking gym. From there, I found the Daily Swole and was instantly hooked. The last year has been tough. I've had a number of back injuries and spent time in the hospital, which knocked me back massively. That's over now, and I'm back feeling better than ever. That's such a cliche, but it's true. Grass-fed beef, organ meat, raw dairy, and fruit has me feeling on top of the world. And of course, it kind of cuts off a little bit for this picture, but a nice gorilla for Callum. And of course, Callum was there yesterday in the round table, which was fire. We got a nice Swole variant Swole card in the envelope, and we got some grass-fed butter and a rib-eye steak. Looks delicious, Callum. Super stoked that you joined us and took the plunge, and I'm glad that you got slapped with some knowledge cock on TikTok. Happy to provide that big old eggplant for you. We got a post here on the Discord from Cranberry. Like cranberry. Hey everyone, I'm here to optimize my fitness and nutrition in hopes to improve my mental clarity, improve stomach issues, as well as get jacked. I'm excited. Let's fucking go.
Yow.
Cranberry.
Yow.
All right. Hopefully you get on that elimination diet to get those stomach issues sorted out. And of course, the nutrition is going to help the mental clarity tremendously. And meditation, quality sleep, just getting that back to the fundamentals of the 7 pillars, getting those habits in order will definitely fast track you. So good stuff. Glad to have you in the fam. Hey, let's get a round of applause. We got another Jeff in the fam. Another Jeff. Love you too, Cal. Salute. All right, we got another Jeff in the fam. We got a few J's. Hey all, just joined the Swole fam today. Long story short, I'm 31, 6'2", 235 pounds. Pretty much all of my 20s were spent fluctuating between being in decent shape and borderline overweight and obese. If I didn't have a physical job, my shitty eating habits when they were in shit mode would have made me really obese. Anyway, after crossing 240 pounds recently, my highest weight ever, I got my ass back in the gym. I was doing the if it fits your macros thing again. Let me pause there.
Matt Damon.
And as usual, it wasn't working out very well. Lost some weight, sure, but for someone who has displayed a pattern of binge eating, probably not the best idea. Of course, that's all on me. No bullshit victim story, just chose to not put down the fork too many times in a row. So, rediscovered the videos on YouTube, figured I'd give the elimination diet thing a whirl, and a few clicks later, here I am. Really looking forward to getting the nutrition sorted out permanently, hitting my goals in the gym, reestablishing the yoga and meditation habits, and of course, getting to interact with a kick-ass community of people doing the same. Fuck yeah, baby. Welcome, Jeff. Welcome. I think you're really going to love the elimination diet. And it's a constant process. Remember, this is the start of you consistently refining and hammering down and remolding your nutrition. This is just a journey and you're just getting started. You're on the beginning steps. So don't put too much pressure on yourself. Just make sure you're focusing on the proper habits and getting better a little bit every day, focusing on those 7 pillars, always going back to the basics, and you will do just fine. I think Jeff's going to absolutely crush it with us. Super stoked to have you. We got 2 more posts. Let's get into Tyler's first because we got a nice little plate of fucking beef. There's beef all over this plate. Let's read the post first. Tyler says, "Good morning, fam. Just finished crushing upper body and boy, I feel amazing. Going to eat some steak, salmon, beef liver, and grass-fed sausage links. Yummy. Can't wait to down this. Only took 15 minutes to prep all of this. Goes to show you, fam, that you can do anything in a matter of time and be consistent. Have a great day. # no excuses and 7 pillars, some more gorillas, and of course, let's zoom out on a big plate of beef. We all like some juicy beef. Thank you for sharing, Tyler. And our last post of the day is from Matt, and he writes, "These fat activists always talk about feeling empowered by being fat. How? Empowerment comes through accomplishment by working hard and not victimizing yourself. What have they accomplished? The fatter you get, the less things you can do. How is not being able to walk upstairs an accomplishment?" And I absolutely, that's a huge bitch. I absolutely agree. And this is why people change their hashtags. This is why people talk. Big difference. They're activists. They want attention. That's how they get attention and love, is by shouting from the fucking rooftops. Look at me. You're hurting me. It's your fault, not mine. Offloading responsibility. They're not empowered by being fat, yet they cry and bitch and moan that they are. So by playing the victim, they are gaining, or they're trying to leverage compassion. They're trying to get attention. They're trying to get love and support by doing the exact opposite. So by eating yourself into obesity, trashing your health, no, it's nothing to be lauded. It's nothing to be applauded. It's nothing to be encouraged. You're not actually putting in any effort. And no, you should not get love and attention just by existing. And no, you don't just automatically get respect. You earn respect. And it doesn't mean earning respect. You don't deserve respect. You earn respect. But first you have to respect yourself. And this does not mean that you're rude and you spit on people and you yell at them in the fucking street. It doesn't mean that you're unkind. It doesn't mean that you're rude. It just means that if you want to earn respect, if you want respect, you have to earn it. If you want respect, you have to earn it. And it starts by respecting yourself. So if you're trashing your own body, why should I applaud you for not putting in any work, for doing the exact opposite? So it's even worse than not putting in work. It's not putting in work and then bitching and moaning and complaining and trying to get love and attention based on that lack of work. It's absolutely fucking retarded.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
Except those fat activists. So that being said, let's move right along. Great post from the Swole fam. Crushing it today. If you want to join all those amazing people and myself inside the Swole fam, join us, swolenormousx.com. So I mentioned that as we move into the knowledge cock portion, you can start dropping your questions in the comments, hashtag AskPapaSwolio. And of course, if you want to call in, it's a little bit too late for today's show, but we'll get to them tomorrow for Swole Slut Saturday. So go to askpapaswolio.com and submit your questions. But yesterday or last night, I want to bring up on the screen, we had our roundtable, which was fire. Roundtable was fire. It's available now in Swole TV. If you missed it, you can catch the replay and listen in. It was Roundtable 36. So in 2 weeks, we'll have Roundtable 37. So when you join, you might not be able to make it at that time for whatever reason, but you can catch it in the archives. So when you join, you have access to 36 roundtables, and they go for 2 hours. So it went from 5 to 7. Let me tell you, that might have been the quickest roundtable. I know they always seem fast, but that seemed extra fast. That was quick. That was quick. Like once we got the tip in, all of a sudden it was just like, it was over. That seemed super fast for me. I don't know how it felt for you, but it always seems like it's fast, which is great because we're covering a lot of stuff and it was a great conversation from the get. All right. So hashtag AskPapaSwolio if you want your question to be featured. We'll get into a couple calls, but first we got one from Carnivore Ant. Papa Swolio been reading Atomic Habits and got to say the recommendation was spot on. Using my habit cues as soon as Papa comes on, accuse me to get my ass outside to work out. Hashtag GTTFG fam. Good for you. Good for you. Glad to hear it. Great book. Great fucking book. And good choice going to the fucking gym. That's what you should do. When the Daily Swole, you get that Swole text like, hey, the Knowledge Cock is going to be going live in a few minutes. Fuck it. Go into the gym now. Or do some push-ups or something, even if you're at work or you're not literally in your training session right now. Grizzly, Papa Swolio, with the amount of soundboards you've acquired from the Knowledge Cock portion, you ever think of making them shirts? I'd rock a healthier than Lizzo shirt, to be honest. Or you're not healthier than Lizzo. I mean, that is a good shirt. Healthier than Lizzo. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely crossed mind. I'm not sure exactly. There could be some liability issues. It depends. It depends. There could be some, could be sketchy making certain shirts like that, specifically targeting. I'm not sure that's a good idea. It's a great shirt. It's funny, but I'm not sure. I've thought through these things. I've had some ideas about it, but I'm open to it. I might change my mind. Like this one, for example. This one, I don't know how this one will play, right?
What is the best move to silence a woman?
That might, especially when you see the shirt, you're not going to hear the Borat voice, and you might be like, this guy. Lizzo, but you'd have to turn around. You couldn't say healthier than Lizzo, because that's not saying much. That's like, a beluga whale would be like, healthier than Lizzo. But you say, Lizzo, healthier than I'll ever be. And that'll get people, they'll be like, my God, you must be 3 inches from death. Chlorophyll, more like borophyll.
Chlorophyll? More like borophyll.
So yeah, we're gonna bring out a bunch of different things. So I'll keep that in mind. We've kind of kicked around some ideas. So yes, in general, yes, we've had some ideas with that. But yeah, get ready, fam. We're gonna have dick draft, and we're gonna be having blue hair and septum piercings equals I am desperate for dick. That'd be a great shirt. All right, let's see. Glenna, Papa Swole, can electrolytes make you jittery? I take a little less than a scoop of Relight every morning. I work out 6 days a week. Never had this happen until I started over a month ago. Thanks, Papa. I've never heard of it. I guess anything is possible. I'm not sure why it would. That doesn't make any sense to me personally. What else are you having? What else are you doing? Never heard about electrolytes making people jittery at all. So I'm not aware. Maybe drop in the chat what else you're doing. Grizzly, what are your thoughts of linking obesity with dementia? Yeah, most of these issues are stemming from insulin resistance. Most issues like dementia, Parkinson's, they're commonly referred to as type 3 and type 4 diabetes. Most issues come from insulin resistance and issues that get compounded from that. I'm not saying that's the be all end all, but a lot of many, if not most health issues stem from insulin resistant issues. So absolutely not surprised. All right, let's see here. Let's get into a phone call. Let's take the first one from Pranav. Pranav, you're on the Sleazecast.
Hello there. My name is Pranav and I'm from India. So my question is, a couple of years ago, I asked one of my trainers, is it possible for me to do bodybuilding? And I was really fat back then. So my trainer told me I don't have the genetics to do that. Recently, I went through a couple of articles and I learned that genetics has nothing much to do with the bodybuilding thing. So what's your take on this? Does genetics have any kind of impact on your bodybuilding training, like when doing bodybuilding professionally?
Good question. Now, I've never stepped on a stage, but I'm very familiar with bodybuilding, how it works. So one, yes and no. So one, it does have to do with your bodybuilding training, meaning everyone's muscle insertions and predispositions for certain areas of development are going to be different, but you can definitely, with your intensity of training, and depends on how far you're willing to go, you can definitely maximize your genetic potential. Some people have certain body parts that will develop differently. Some people have more quote unquote ideal muscle insertions, longer and more full muscle bellies versus shorter muscle bellies and longer tendons and insertions. So from that aspect, there's going to be some genetics, like how your abs look when you get muscular and shredded is going to be all based on like the tendons and the insertions of the abdominal tissue based on your genetics, but it doesn't mean that you can't build muscle. So one, fuck your trainer, but it depends on how you approach it and how hard you're willing to work. So you can definitely out-train genetics to some extent, but when it comes to actual like muscle insertions and different things, that might be somewhere like the shape of your abs. You're not gonna be able to change once you develop them. You're not gonna be like, hey, I wish I had perfect 8, abdominal muscles that are very balanced. Sometimes you'll have more blocky or more separated. They'll be kind of like uneven. That's just genetic there. And maybe some of the tendinous insertions and how long and how full your muscle bellies are. But you can still do certain exercise that might maximize what you're able to do. But aside from that, when it comes to professional bodybuilding, if you're going to be taking anabolics, different people respond also. So you can have 20 people together that are eating the same, training hard, and all taking the same compounds of anabolic steroids, for example, some people will respond more to anabolics if you go down that road than others. I'm no expert in that, but I do know that different people will hyper respond. And some people that don't take anabolic steroids might look better and build more muscle and have more fullness and symmetry and better results than someone who does take steroids, because everyone responds differently and everyone's body and predispositions and intensity and consistency can vary. So don't listen to people like that. There's just one person saying you don't have the genetics for it, but it's not necessarily incorrect. If you have two people for bodybuilding, that's a very specific outcome. So if one person genetically has better symmetry with their muscles than another person, they're going to do better just because symmetry is one of the things that you're judged upon when it comes to bodybuilding. But doesn't mean that you can't maximize what you have. And if you have a true passion for bodybuilding, don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Live your life the way you want to, and don't let anyone hold you back. Because a lot of people project their own insecurities or their own inability to execute and follow up on their goals and chase their true passions, and they project it onto other people. So don't let people hold you back. Jessica got some grass-fed beef organ supplements. Thank you for the call, Pranav. Appreciate it. Much love to India. Got some grass-fed beef organ supplements, but then I read that the ones containing brain, spleen, and kidney can run the risk of having mad cow. Any truth to that you know of? Yes, but I'm not sure what the actual real risk of, if you mean the brain. Like chronic wasting disease, CWD, like the prions and stuff like that, that can survive whether you cook it or whether it's desiccated or not. I think if it's coming from grass-fed, grass-finished, and a reputable source, I think the risk is probably low, as most places should be testing for that kind of stuff. I haven't heard of anyone getting it from supplements, but you can look into that more. There's always a risk, I suppose. But I think a lot of places, like when they're hunting deer or cows, they do regular testing for things like that. Most batches of any kind of supplements do regular testing that way. But I don't know. I guess it depends on the place. There's a lot of leeway when it comes to supplements, so you'd have to check with the individual provider, I would suppose. It's a good question. Michael, not a question, but during theft, sometimes it's hard to think of the things you've given up. Some recent I wanted to share: plastic toothbrush, microwave meals, and NPR during work commute. Very nice. Good for you. John, Papa Swolio, follow-up. That element is nice. It's been a few days and I feel great. I sleep better and have more energy and strength. What's great is the improvement has been slight and feels natural. Good for you. Electrolytes make a huge difference. Glenn, I have it in the morning after my eggs and avocado breakfast and cup of coffee. Could be your coffee. Coffee and caffeine is common for the jitters, but also maybe in combination, maybe the caffeine is absorbing better. Maybe you just have more energy. Maybe it's balancing you out a little bit better. I would highly recommend having the electrolytes first thing in the morning when you wake up. So you might want to try that. See if the order matters. My recommendation. But coffee is well known to cause jitters in some people. It could be that the electrolytes give you more energy. Just saying, it could be that it gives you more energy and that the caffeine is actually hitting you a little bit more solidly, if that makes sense. So maybe the electrolytes bring your energy up a little bit more to a baseline. So maybe the coffee is a little bit more than you're used to. I would do the electrolytes first. Personally, that's what I do, but just a thought. I would try the order and see if it makes a little bit of a difference. And then maybe wait on the coffee. So I would wait on the coffee like 90 minutes to 2 hours after you wake up. Do the electrolytes first thing. Xavier Ballin. Papa Swoley, I just got back to working out again, but I just came back from a torn ACL and MCL. Damn. I'm done with physical therapy. They said I could nice lift again, but my knee still feels weak. How can I strengthen it up? So you're done with physical therapy, which usually means that your insurance is no longer covering it, which doesn't mean that your knee is completely ready to go. If you're a member of Swolenormous X, check out the ankle, knee, and hip mobility masterclasses. But I would get a sled, start with some light weight, and just do reverse sled pulls every single day. Very, very light. Just do a lot of reps walking backwards with a sled. Look into Poliquin step-ups, ass to grass lunges. Yoga is fantastic. Strengthening your hip flexors, strengthening your hamstrings, making sure that you are doing mobility exercises for your hip flexors and strengthening and for your hamstrings. Jefferson curls are fantastic for the hamstrings and low back, but everything that crosses your hip joint and your knee and your ankle, it's all related. A lot of those muscles cross two joints, like the hamstrings, like the rectus femoris. Of course, the hip flexors don't, but the rectus femoris is a hip flexor and it crosses the knee and the hip joint. So if you have any kind of impairments, especially after having a torn ACL and MCL, a lot of times the glutes on that side, you have usually ipsilateral imbalances. In other words, you'll have an imbalance left to right because one glute will still be activated, the other one will be shut down, and you're going to be biasing towards one side because you probably were limping for months. So you need to make sure you're doing glute activation, ankle mobility, anterior tibialis work. There's a lot of things that you need to do from the ground up and from the top down to make sure that you regain your strength and mobility on all sides of the joint when it comes to your ankle, knee, and hip. I know that was a lot, so you might want to pause, replay, take that as a clip. But if you want to get access to those master classes and more details, you can follow up with more questions, but feel free to join us and check out those master classes. And X has a lot of exercises for you for your knee, but reverse sled pulls is probably the best thing you can do for your knees, period. You could reverse walk on a treadmill, like on a slight incline, but it's better to do a reverse sled pull. We got a call here from Cheryl. Cheryl, you were on the sleaziest sleazecast in the realm. It's so sleazy. It's ridiculous.
Hi, I'm a 61-year-old woman, and I have about 30 pounds to lose. I'm not new to exercise, but I am pretty out of shape. So where do I start?
Well, 61. Okay, well, awesome. That's fantastic. What I would first say is don't worry so much about the number on the scale. That's the least important thing of what you need to do. That's just an outcome that will result from making better lifestyle choices. I would recommend you start with your nutrition. Check out our content on the elimination diet. Make sure you're looking into pastured eggs, grass-fed beef, organ meats. Very important to get those quality proteins and fats. We have a lot of ladies that are over 50, 60, and 70 that are crushing it in the Swole fam. And, nutrition is going to be absolutely essential. Plus taking out estrogenics in your environment. So lifting heavy weights, of course, and doing elimination diet, cutting out inflammatory foods is going to be what you need to do. So you might not be new to exercise, but you might be new to the exercise that will benefit you the most. And a lot of times people of that, your generation and the classic you grew up, or you, like, let's say in the 80s and 90s, that was what 80s was like 40 years ago. So you're 20, 30, that's very formative years. And the big thing was aerobics and a lot of cardio and stuff like that, which is actually not the most important thing when it comes to losing fat. And especially at your age, you want to make sure you're lifting heavy weights to offset and remove the risk for osteoporosis, which is more common in women. Plus strength training and grip training and yoga is fantastic because you want to improve your grip strength and strength that way, and strength in general, and your awareness and your neuromuscular coordination. That way you can reduce the risk of falling. And grip strength is one of the most important things. This is why club work, we talked about it yesterday on the roundtable. Club work is so important because it strengthens your grip. And if you are improving grip strength, it's one of the most important things that can prevent someone. So if you're falling, for example, you're slipping, you have better grip strength and overall strength. You can grab a railing, or you can grab the wall, or you can catch yourself if you fall. You might, break your wrist, let's say, or like sprain your wrist, or, I hurt my arm. Much better than breaking your hip. So it's important to have grip strength and coordination, and yoga and club work and stuff like that is fantastic. But lifting heavy weights, yoga, elimination diet, very important. All right, yeah, everyone hit the like button. Let's fucking go. Hit the like button. Great questions today. Are we on a roll? What a Friday. Thank you for calling, Cheryl. Let's take another call. Let's keep on crushing. Will, you are on the sleaze.
Hey, Papa Swolio. So my question for you is, I know before you guys have talked about the benefits of raw and natural honey and why people take it, but I was curious on what your take is, because I haven't heard like the full conversation before. And I was also wondering, what are some brands of all natural honey? Because obviously there's different types of brands that people say is all natural, but really isn't. So if you could go into more details on what brands would be good for all natural and raw honey, I'd appreciate it. Thanks.
Thanks for the call, Will. Go to a local farmer's market and get raw local honey. I don't care where you live. You want to get local, you want to get raw. That's the benefit of maybe preventing allergies. Plus, honey has many like antibacterial properties, but you want to get something local. So if you're in Florida, you want to get something local, like, orange blossom or something, raw honey, something local. It might cost you a little bit more. You go to a farmer's market, go to Whole Foods, and Whole Foods usually has those tags, or a supermarket will have a tag that says local, and that's what you really want. Local raw honey. And then when possible, you want to make sure that it's organic or it doesn't use glyphosate or has farms around it that use glyphosate. So you might want to look and see if it's like glyphosate free, but some brands will say that, but local raw honey, plus it supports local and smaller businesses. So it's a better idea. Okay. Good call. Thank you. Last call. We'll take maybe one or two more questions after that. We got one from Bear.
Hey, Papa. Quick question. Sorry, I'm a little sick, so my voice is kind of fucked up right now.
Oh,
but
Bear.
So I've been lifting for the last 3 years, and I got my bench up to 335, and for the last 3 months I've hit a plateau. Haven't been able to get any higher. I've tried bulking, tried cutting. Nothing's really working. You gotta need good advice. I eat healthy, eat steak every night. I go to bed around 9:30, get up around 6 in the morning. Yeah, do you have any advice just to get this shit back going? Thanks, Papa. I appreciate you.
Feel better, Bear. My question is, are you under the weather because of your sick fucking gains? Am I right? Maybe you're making sick fucking gains and it overtook you because you're making so many sick fucking gains. Very common. Just keep that in mind. Another question is, why do you, not that strength isn't important, but why, I don't know, why do you care so much? I'm asking honestly, I never gave literally a fuck about what I benched. I really never really cared. Strength is great, but like, just wondering why that's such an important metric for you versus other things. But nutrition's important. I would look into maybe electrolytes. Magnesium can definitely make a difference. Magnesium is something that people are chronically low in. Also vitamin D. These are just basic fundamentals that can just improve your overall health. Usually in terms of like feeling sick or under the weather, it's not really cold season or flu season. It's vitamin D deficiency season because the sun's not hitting properly for vitamin D production and it's cold and the sun's not out a lot. So you need vitamin D. If you're not getting enough during the summer, you're not going to have enough in the winter. And most people don't eat organ meats like they should. So make sure you're getting in, grass-fed beef, pastured eggs, getting in enough fats, making sure you're getting in the organs. I would add in like a magnesium glycinate as well as vitamin D if you're not taking them already. In terms of strength, I personally would recommend doing more club work. It'll improve your grip strength and improve your shoulder and elbow integrity, which is fantastic for benching. But you might also want to try negatives. You might want to try some limited range pressing, focusing on end range or partial rep pressing and overload, doing some isometrics or eccentrics, depending. 5x5 programming is very effective. But again, I personally don't care about like isolating one single lift, but those are some ideas that you can focus on. Usually there's some sort of, I don't know if you do a lot of rotator cuff work and like posterior rotator cuff and middle and lower traps, which are very, very important in terms of upper body strength. Training your legs is just as important as training your upper body. So just keep that in mind, certain thoughts there as well. But my expertise does not lie in just like specifically like, bench press, like powerlifting. But yeah, those are some good ideas. And trust me, like everything, all my lifts have improved from practicing, like doing club and mace and doing a lot of strength training and grip strength training is fantastic. It might not seem that way for pressing, but grip strength really means forearms, elbows, wrists, very important. So keep that in mind. Thanks for the call. And feel better. Maybe stop being so fucking strong and making so many gains and maybe you'll feel better. Just saying. That's quite possible that it's your sick fucking gains. Just saying. All right, fam. Hashtag Fef for a chance to win today's Swole card. And of course, we got the church over here and we have the Tainty Man. The Tainty Man is completely exposed. He's so snuggled. Look at that paw twitch. Look at his paw twitch. Look at that shit. All right. I think we are ready. I think we're ready to move along. That was a lot of great questions. I don't want to get into some Instagram because we have to move into overtime anyway. So let's get right into, let's go balls deep, fam. I think we're good.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. That's deep.
All right, everyone, hit that like button. Who's watching on YouTube? I know you are. Hit the fucking like button. Reminder, at the end of today's episode, in probably about 15, 20 minutes, we're going into overtime. That will stream inside the private Daily Swole Telegram chat for members. You can join from your homepage. Once you join and you log in right there on your homepage, on your main library page, you can see the Daily Swole Telegram chat. It also streams inside Swole TV, so you can put it up on your TV if you want to use your smart TV, and you can load up the web page and pop it on there or on your laptop and stream it or air play it or whatever the fuck you want to do. We have a brand new Drive While Gaining. So for those of you that might catch some of them on YouTube, we are able to release some of them on YouTube, but a lot of them we can't for obvious reasons because I lose my fucking mind and could get the channel banned. So by default, they all get placed inside the Drive While Gaining Uncensored, and they're all streamed. They're all premiered inside overtime on Friday segments. So it's going to be fucking lit. It's going to be fucking lit. Super amped. Drive While Gaining this week is going to be off the fucking charts. So that being said, my God, let's see if we have an appetizer. Do we have an appetizer? Well, that's a long, I thought we did that one already. All right, that's a long one. We might skip that one this week, but we have an appetizer. This one is, if you think fat people talk about weight a lot. Oh my God, it's this fucking chick again. She's still, man, she's still like,
What's in the box?
just inflating. Here we go. If you think fat people talk about weight a lot, I do, especially on TikTok.
If you think fat people talk about weight a lot, then you haven't been around or lived with people who are fat phobic. Their entire lives revolve around their weight. And
I think your entire life revolves around your weight because you talk about it all the time, and your entire life is overweight. So you're the one that's living with it. Other people might talk about it, but at least they're doing something about it. Right.
Entire lives revolve around their weight and making sure they're thin and don't look like us.
Can you blame them? Jesus Christ.
It's fucking weird.
Okie dokie.
Shut up, bitch.
It's fucking weird. Well, because having excessive body fat is one of the number one issues when it comes to health and preventable disease. It's terrible for your endocrine system. It raises all-cause mortality tremendously. It's compromises your immune system. It's fucking horrendous. So shut the fuck up, stupid asshole. Okay. Oh, Papa Swole, you're so mean. Well, at least I'm not stupid. I'd rather be mean than stupid. This one, actually, we could do a long one. That's what she said. We got a couple. We got some time. Let's jump into it. This one's a little bit long. We'll stop it if it's really bad. It's like 3 minutes. I don't like usually doing videos this long, but if they get put in the folder, usually it's for a reason. So let's see what we got here. This is from, you remember, it's like, hey bro, let's start a podcast. Everyone's got a podcast, including me, but everyone's got a podcast today. And let me just reiterate, not that I don't think people should have their own podcast, but not everyone needs a podcast. Not everyone needs a podcast, but for some reason, everyone thinks that they should. I disagree. This one's called Stitch Classism Obesity. Okay, so you'll probably recognize if you watch the show regularly, this video we did like, I don't know, a week or two ago.
When you're being fat phobic, you're also being a little bit classist. Have you heard of this argument?
Hi, Fat and Poor here. This video is absolutely correct. They made many amazing points. So,
Fam, remember we covered that video and we laughed the entire time because it was fucking stupid? And this soy boy is like, I made a bunch of amazing points. Enjoy your black bean burger.
Classism and fat phobia go hand in hand.
They don't.
They directly relate to each other. They basically are like best friends.
They don't.
So I grew up poor and I am now currently poor.
Shocker. Shocker. What liberal isn't like looking for fucking handouts? There are a lot of people that are poor. I'm not trying to make fun of someone because of their financial status, but probably instead of complaining on the internet, you should probably, I don't know, go get more work or something. Okay.
Yeah, I ate fast food all the time. My parents worked full time.
Your parents worked full time? Your parents worked full time. You're supposed to work full time. Okay.
They didn't have enough time or energy when they got home from work to make us full dinners. And
I know I'm going to pause this. Okay, but look, this is a cope. I'm not saying that your parents didn't work hard. I'm glad they did. It obviously didn't rub off like their example, but working full time is no excuse to eat fast food. Most people do because it's easier. I'm just saying, most people do because it's easier, but it's not an excuse. The same money that will buy, it's not hard to cook healthy food. So anyone that's saying they didn't have time, no, they didn't want to. They didn't prioritize it. That's a straight up fact. You can work full time and cook fucking food. That's ridiculous. That's bullshit. It's straight up bullshit. Your parents didn't put in the extra effort to eat healthier. They would have had more energy if they ate better, if they exercised too. I'm not saying everyone has this information because no, it's not taught, but straight up, they didn't. It's not because they worked full time.
they even did make us dinners. They weren't healthy dinners.
Okay. So they could have made healthy dinners. So they made poor choices. People do. Unfortunately, your parents did. Doesn't mean like you could use that as an excuse. It's not an excuse.
We didn't have the money to budget for healthy food.
I'm going to stop you again. $20 buys food at a supermarket or fast food. And if you know what fast food prices are like versus what you get garbage. You get filler, you get vegetable oils, you get high fructose corn syrup, you get shit. That same money will get you more nutrient dense food at the supermarket. You can make better choices with the same money. Not buying it.
And when they did make dinners, again, it wasn't like we weren't getting our full balanced like nutrition and shit. We were.
That's exactly what you weren't getting. You absolutely weren't getting full balanced nutrition. Like you weren't.
Eating what we could afford. And when they couldn't make it back or whatever, or they were going to have to work long shifts, they would leave me and my brother money. So we would either have to walk to McDonald's or we would walk to like Casey's general store down the street, or we would order pizza and we would just grab snacks at Casey's or, you know, order food.
This is a parenting issue. This is a parenting issue. And I'm not saying some people have a really tough childhood. I'm not saying that look, you can't go back in time. This dude can't go back in time and like change, no one can undo the past. But I'm just saying, if you have $20, stop acting like $20 doesn't buy nutritious food. I'm so sick of hearing that shit. Okay. $20 will buy a couple fucking Happy Meals at McDonald's. Fine. $20. Okay. Might not be grass-fed beef, ground beef. How much is ground beef? How much is ground beef? $4 or $5 a pound, $3 a pound, depending on where you get it from. So you're telling me, let's say it's $5 a pound. You could buy 4 pounds of grass or of ground beef, which will fill you up. You try to eat a pound. You try to eat a pound of ground beef. It's a lot of fucking food. It'll fill you up and it's more nutritious than what you're getting at McDonald's. Oh, but it takes so long. I don't have time to cook. To cook ground beef in a fucking pan? Again, I'm not saying this person can go back in time, but shut the fuck up. It's not hard. It's the easiest thing to do. You literally put it in and flip it a couple times. It's done. And it'll take you 5 fucking minutes. So I'm so sick of these excuses. It's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. They didn't do it. Okay. I'm not sitting here saying like, I can wave my hands like a magician and go back in time and your parents can make better decisions. But fact is, they didn't teach you how to eat healthy. They didn't know. They weren't taught that. Yeah, they were working hard, but and working longer hours. But give me a fucking break. It doesn't take long to cook that, like ground beef. That's fucking simple. You want to cook some sweet potatoes? Sweet potatoes, even today, are like 79 cents a pound, $1 a pound. It's not hard. You have an oven? Fine. Throw it on 400, let it heat up, throw a couple sweet potatoes in, boom. Set it for like 40 minutes or an hour, they're done. They're done. You cook like 7 or 8 of them. Beef and sweet potatoes, boom. I'll wait.
So that's basically what a lot of my childhood was. I ate a lot of fast food. And then the recession kind of hit. So like 2008, 2009, and my parents both lost their job. So then all we had was like popcorn and spaghetti. That sounds stupid, but we were like a movie family, so we had a shit ton of popcorn always in our pantry, and then we had like spaghetti left over, a bunch of it.
I understand. You lose your jobs. Okay, so popcorn, spaghetti. So again, the money that's being spent, popcorn's not free. I'm not saying it's expensive, but could there be a better choice than spaghetti? You could buy white rice. That's better than the spaghetti. White rice is better than the spaghetti. Could you have bought even lower, like at that time in 2008, you could have bought eggs. Eggs weren't as expensive as they are now. Eggs, chicken, beef. Like how much popcorn's not free? Just saying. Just saying. So people that don't have money, guess what you can do? You can go to like the butcher. You can go to these places and be like, hey, I don't have a lot of money. Do you have any extras? Do you have any extra like beef that is expiring? Right? A lot of times they'll have ground beef on sale, or they won't have it out because it's there. Let's say that they have some packets of ground beef or whatever it is, or like a pile of ground beef at the butcher, but it's like a couple days to like quote expiration. Like they're not going to be, all right, we're going to be taking this off the shelf because someone buys it. They don't make it for a couple days. It might start getting funky, but you can buy quote unquote expired. It's not bad. Even if it's a couple days or it's not like all of a sudden, oh my God, it's just instantly bad. You can get a lot of good deals if you ask, but a lot of people don't go the extra step because they don't care enough. A lot of you know this. You can go and they're going to be throwing this shit in the dumpster and you might get 50. I've seen, like, go on YouTube, you'll see people buying bags of this shit for like 50% off. Ground beef, 50% off because they're going to throw it out. So they're like, you know what, here, we'll put it, and they'll put their own fucking sticker on it. So there might not be a barcode on it, but they'll be like, deli or butcher, whatever, and they'll put like 50% off. Instead of throwing it out back, they can make some profit. Then you go and you throw it in your freezer and it'll be good for a couple months. Just saying, like there's a lot that you can do. Okay. Look, I'm not saying, like, again, you can't go back in time, but I'm just tired of these excuses. Because if you have X amount of money, that money can be used for different things. You're going somewhere to buy the popcorn. Use that money better. Look, that's money. You're not getting any nutritional value. You're fucking harming yourself by eating this fucking just popped corn. And spaghetti, you'll get more nutrition if you don't need spaghetti. You don't need the carbohydrates. You could just get some beef, use all that money and buy a little bit of beef, or, get some rice or sweet potatoes. Like that's cheap.
So that's what we ate for like a month straight, was just all of our meals were either popcorn or spaghetti. That's not a joke. I hate spaghetti now, unless it's like perfect spaghetti, and popcorn is like, ugh. So what they don't tell you is that when you don't get enough sustenance, or you don't get enough like
nutrition,
or like you essentially starve because you hate what you're eating.
It has nothing to do with whether you like what you're eating. It has to do with you not getting enough nutrients.
You ruin your thyroid, which means you ruin your metabolism. Like my thyroid was fucked up. My metabolism was fucked up. Granted, thyroid can also be like genetics, which is a little bit of my part too, but the eating thing can also then mess up your metabolism, which is also like, also messed up my hair. My hair's thin because of my thyroid and metabolism stuff, but I was always told, okay, well, go to the gym. If you want to lose weight, go to the gym. If you want to eat healthy, just eat healthy. My family and I tried that. It costs so much money to try to eat healthy. We tried to make smoothies. We tried to do this. It took such a chunk out of our stuff that there was like a week where we're like, oh shit, we may not have enough money to like afford our electricity to do this. We couldn't do that. And this was recently.
I wish I could see the budget. You want to bet they had Netflix and internet and all this other stuff. I want to see the budget. Not buying that all. Smoothies? Well, too bad you weren't eating healthy. Smoothies. Yeah, sugar bombs are great. Okay. It's unfortunate. Like, you did it wrong. Made poor choices. Okay, now you can learn, or you can just blame your past for... And here's my other question. It's like, now what are you doing now? Probably still doing terribly. So you're going to keep blaming the past, or you can make those positive changes now, and right the ship.
So like it is inherently classist to try to tell someone like, okay, well just go to the gym. Okay, well gyms cost a hefty membership.
Train at home, do push-ups and pull-ups and sprints and squats, lift some rocks and fill some jugs up with water. Like take them out of the trash or go to like a supermarket and be like, hey, do you have any empty water jugs? You know, fill it up with fucking water. Go get one of those like big blue, you know, that they put on top of like the water tower at like workplace. Hey, do you have an extra one that, you know, tape it up and fucking put some sand in it? It's excuses. Excuses.
Okay, well, eat healthy. Okay, well, eating healthy isn't as budget friendly as you think it is.
It's actually much more budget friendly than you think it is. You're making excuses. You don't have to shop at Whole Foods to eat better. Again, it's incremental. Can you make better choices? You only have $20 for food. Can you make a better choice than McDonald's? Can you make a better choice than popcorn spaghetti? Goddamn fucking right you can. That's all I'm saying. There are levels. Are you going to be able to go to Whole Foods and fill up your cart? No. You're not even going to be able to go to a regular, but can you make better choices? Abso-fucking-lutely. Choices. Money works at multiple places, not just at fast food. So this is bullshit. Everyone that says eating healthy is expensive, it's not. Especially when you look at long term. So now you're talking about your thyroid, you're on medication, or you're on this and blah, blah, blah. It's better. It's better long term, absolutely. And you'll be more filled up. It doesn't look like as much food because whereas you'll buy all these big fluffy bags of potato chips that are half filled with garbage, it looks like more than a couple little packets of beef, but you'll get more nutrition. It's just so dumb.
Especially for most low-income families. And like even when
poor
I did
choices.
go to
it's education and poor choices, and that's it. It's lack of education, but it doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter if you're low income. People don't have this information because no one's taught it. The school system is garbage. Mainstream media wants you to eat fucking burgers to get vaccinated. Hey, free beer if you get a vaccine. Like no one cares about your fucking health but you. You have access to the entirety of human education at your fingertips with your phone, and you're just, again, more excuses.
People were not nice to me, so like maybe just be kind and do not assume. You don't know what people are going through. You don't know their scenarios.
No, you don't know what people are going through, but you can make a lot of assumptions and you can rebut a lot of this stupid shit with logic and common sense. Now, just because you didn't make the right choices doesn't mean that there weren't those correct choices to be made. Okay. You didn't know. There are a lot of things I know today that I didn't know in the past. And that's totally fine. You live, you learn, you develop. I'm not blaming my past. I'm not blaming anyone else for not knowing in the past. I didn't know things and now I know things. So this person's continuously blaming other things for, no, what are you doing today? Now that there's more better information out there, are you still making the same terrible decisions, just blaming everything else for the past? You're living in the past, bro. You're living in the past. Again, there were better choices from your parents. You could make better choices. There were better choices to have been made, and they weren't made. That's the truth of the matter. There were better choices. Those choices weren't made. Period. End of story. If only we could go back in time. If only... Great Scott! We could go back in time. So that was long, but that's what she said, but I think it was important.
Because
I think it was important to break down because a lot of people say that eating healthy is expensive. People assume that eating healthy is eating healthy does not mean I'm buying whatever I want. You still have a budget. Eating healthy is expensive. Going to Whole Foods and just filling your cart with whatever you want, yeah, that's expensive. But newsflash, most things at Whole Foods are trash. It's just higher priced and marketing, and it looks nice and everything's. Most of the shit in Whole Foods is garbage. Most of it, like any other supermarket. You have better choices, you have better options for the healthy things that you want to get. But yeah, there's going to be an upcharge, and not everyone has access to a Whole Foods or the money to spay. But you don't have to go to a Whole Foods. In other words, yeah, it's better to get grass-fed, grass-finished beef, but it's still better to eat grain-fed beef than it is to go to McDonald's, than it is to go to Subway. It's a choice. It's a step up. If you make more money, you can make the next step up, then you go to the next step. Let's see. We got two about the same. Maybe we can get through. Pick a number, 1 or 2. We got gender and identity, and then we have white supremacy. Let's fucking go. Come on now.
What the hell kind of country is this where I can only hate a man if he's white?
Pick a number, 1 or 2. 1 or 2. What we got? What we got? Stone fit. So check this out. It's all perception. And most people don't understand unit cost. So this is what Stone Fit's speaking about, unit cost. Stone Fit says a quarter pounder with cheese costs $3.90 in my state. A pound of grass-fed beef costs $6.99. Grass-fed beef is cheaper. So if you don't know, a quarter pounder means a quarter pound of beef. Plus you're getting all the inflammatory vegetable oils. It's cooked like in canola oil. It's fried. It's got all the high fructose corn syrup, whatever, in the bread and that fake ass shit, plus fries or whatever. If you're just getting the quarter pounder, fine, $3.90. So let's say it's a quarter pound, you're getting all the extra stuff for free. You're just paying for the beef, $3.90. So multiply that by 4, that's $16 is the point, right? Plus you're getting all the inflammatory. So there's negatives aside from that. So tell me again how it's more expensive. Thank you, Stone. It's a great example. I think we have a phrase, we have a soundboard for that.
Go fuck yourself.
All right, what we got? Let's see. Guy Alain Mobeka. Number 2. Let's fucking go. Number 2. Let's get a little golf clap. Number 2. We're kicking it off. We're going to close with gender and identity. We're going white supremacy first. The question that this person is responding to on TikTok says, damn, you really dislike white people, don't you? So you know this is going to be good. Here we go.
This comment says, damn, you really dislike white people, don't you? Oh, I've been waiting for this too. This is a really bad question, but I love answering this really bad question. So
are you going to just say no? Just say no. There's no reason that this is a minute long.
Hear me and hear me good. I do not hate white people. I hate that white supremacy does not allow me to love the way that I want to.
Matt Damon.
I don't hate white people. I hate that white supremacy does not allow me to love the way that I want to. Holy shit. No, white supremacy is doing none of those things. It's very rare, and it's very infrequently interacted with. However, if you talk about it nonstop, then, you're the one drumming it up. It absolutely does not do that. So tell us more about how you're going to blame something else for your own choices.
Love is the only thing that makes sense in this world to me. And I hate any system that forces me to be careful about how I love in the world.
Does anyone know what the fuck she's saying? No? No one yet? It makes no sense to you two? Okay, let's continue.
I don't hate white people. I hate that white supremacy means that I can't go over all of my white friends' houses because what if they're less accepting, closed-minded grandma is there? I don't hate white people. I hate that white supremacy means that I can't go over all of my white friends' houses because what if they're less accepting, closed-minded grandma is there?
I'm going to pose a question. Fam, when's the last time you went over to a friend's house and their grandmother was there? Just saying. When's the last time you went and hung out with a friend of yours and like, oh, your grandmother's there? Maybe say hi and don't be a cunt.
I don't hate men. I hate the system of patriarchy and misogyny that means
not a good start.
I have to be careful about even going outside where men might be located.
Wow. You don't hate men. You just hate the system of the patriarchy and misogyny that makes you feel like you can't go outside where men might be located, let me tell you, there are men out there. So what you're saying is you haven't gotten fucked in a long time. I don't hate men. I just don't go outside because men might be there. That's a tough play. That's a tough play. Flag on the field.
After all I've learned about racism, I still don't believe that white people are bad people. I hate that white supremacy has taught white people that they're the only normal people.
We got a bunch of white people in the comments. White, where are my whiteys at? As a white person, I can just say from personal experience, I've never been taught that I'm the only normal person. I don't even know where you learned that. I don't even know where you've heard that. That phrase has never even crossed my mind. I know I'm not normal. I'm not normal. That's for goddamn sure. I've never thought like, well, at least I'm a normal white person. What I would say to this individual is that you don't understand my lived experience because you're not white. So you don't know what I've been taught. Do you? No, you don't.
I hate systems that don't allow me to love.
There ain't no system not allowing you to love. You're choosing to remain ignorant and bigoted, and you're just pretending like everyone else is. But it's you. It's you. It's you.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
You know, fam, after watching that video, all I can think is another win for white people. Am I right? Come on. Thank you, thank you. As a representative of the white community, as a self-appointed representative, that's another W. So I'll take that one. I'll take that one. Oh my God. Isn't it so funny how like I am so loving? This system's not allowing me to love. You're a racist. You just made a whole racist video talking about how the system's not allowing you to love. No one's missing out on love, on her love, are we? Are we missing out? Is the world missing out? Oh, that love she has to give. She sounds very loving. She sounds very loving. Bao says, good thing the dick draft isn't today. No shit. Who would want to? Someone have to pipe that. Oh my God. Put some earplugs in. Our last video, we got to go into overtime, but you know, I just want to clear this up. Let's do this one. This is called Gender and Identity. Let's do another Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
What's in the box?
Gender and identity. Very simple conversation. I could teach you all about it. 2 seconds.
Puberty is an exciting and confusing time for teens and parents. Along with all the physical changes that happen during puberty, it is also a time of identity formation. It's pretty common for adolescents to try on different identities as they go through this period of time.
Like when you want to be a superhero or a dinosaur, like that. Yeah, kids they put on costumes. Kids, you're talking about children that believe Santa Claus exists, that believe a fat man comes down the chimney, eats your cookies and milk, and then leaves you presents and is watching you all year long. Creepy as fuck, by the way. Now it's your kindergarten. Now it's your school teachers that are watching you while you sleep and shit. Okay, let's continue. Oops, I skipped ahead. All that information we lost
as they go through this period of time. Some parents will have to adapt to their child revealing more personal information to them, like the fact that they have a gender identity that does not match their assigned sex at birth.
Disagree. Parents are there to, theoretically, of course, slap that shit out of their kids' minds and educate them. Parents are not there to affirm their children's delusions. Parents are there to parent their child. Okay? Parents are there like, okay, well, you're not a dinosaur. Yeah, but you're a boy and you're a girl That's just what you are. Yeah. This chick is reading a script. What an this evil shit. Evil bullshit. No, all this affirming stuff is child abuse. You're not supposed to affirm delusions. You go to a psychologist or a therapist, they're not supposed to affirm. Affirm means like, oh yeah, just feed into the delusions. That's not what that's not what a parent's supposed to do. You don't feed into fantasies. You parent, you prepare your child for life. Sick shit.
When babies are born, we label them as boy or girl.
We don't label them. They are a boy or they are a girl. You don't have to like that. That could be really frustrating. You could spend all your time, oh my God, I hate that. That's okay. You might hate gravity. It doesn't change the existence of gravity. You might hate that rocks are so hard. Yeah, but they're gonna be. Oh, gravity. Gravity is racist. Okay, well, it's still gravity. It doesn't change what it is. You could just call it whatever the fuck you want. So we don't label children boy or girl. They are male or they're female. Boy is what you call a young male. Girl is what you call a young female. There, I educated you.
Based on the external genital anatomy we see.
Based on chromosomes and evolution and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of years. Yeah. You mean only based on that? Only based on chromosomes? Only based on science? Only based on reality? We only label them based on reality. Crazy fucking facts.
In truth, this is actually their biologic sex and does not always match their gender identity.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn!
Your gender identity is irrelevant. You might be offended by that. Totally fine. It doesn't matter. It doesn't change reality. Because let's say you don't want gravity to exist, does it not make it exist? Of course not. It's fucking stupid. The same thing with gender. You can identify as whatever you want. You're a wolf. Okay. Does it make you a wolf? Obviously not. That'd be pretty badass. But that's also what Fantasyland. That's also what the land of make-believe is. Any of you have daughters? They used to like to have tea parties with stuffed animals. Children have tea parties and they talk to stuffed animals. Why? Because they have wild imaginations. They don't know what the realities are. They believe in superheroes like Superman. They believe they can fucking fly. They believe superheroes can fly. It's the parent's responsibility to educate the child that if you jump off a building, you will not fly, sweetheart. You will die. Okay. Rabbits don't lay eggs and they don't hide them from you and they're not made out of chocolate. A tooth fairy, a fucking fairy with wings doesn't sneak into your room and take your tooth and leave you money, which is creepy as shit. You can take your tooth, fucking crackhead tooth fairy. Like Ren and Stimpy. Okay, let's continue. Obviously, this is stupid as shit, but I have to lay into it. So dumb.
People may identify as the opposite gender, somewhere in between, both genders, or no gender at all.
But I'm both, or I'm neither. This is what we call mental delusion. This is what we call just psychological issues. You can't be neither. That's fucking insane. You can't be both. Also insane. Means not in the right state of mind. If you promote it and you feed into it, people are going to stick to it because it gets them attention. You're giving them love and attention. It's like teaching your dog a bad habit. If you give them a treat every time they shit on the floor in your house, guess what they're going to do? They're going to keep on shitting on the fucking floor in your house because they get rewarded for it. If you give them love and attention and hugs and kisses and you reinforce these delusions, guess what? They're going to keep on having. Let's continue.
Gender is separate from biological sex, and it is actually the innate sense of who we are. People along the gender spectrum may understand this about themselves from a very young age. or may not disclose this information until their teenage years, or even in some cases later in life.
That's enough.
Matt Damon.
That's enough. Fam, let's get into the swole. I can't. I'm just going to keep on. I can't. All right. Not round table. Fef. Just in closing, in case you had a feeling, in case you wanted to like psychologically abuse your children today or any young person, in case you had that thought, this is just a friendly reminder. Do not psychologically abuse kids. Do not groom kids. Just another friendly reminder to not abuse children, right? Don't abuse children.
Another example of cake gender would be if someone feels like they have different layers or flavors to their particular gender.
Don't do it. Just a reminder in case you're like thinking like, I'm going to live out my fetish with children. Don't do it. No, you don't need to. It's just, you have a choice to do that or to not. Just don't. Just choose not to, right? Just choose not to abuse children today. There you go. Boom. Problem solved. Awesome. All right. Hashtag Faf. Let's give away today's swole card. And then we're going into overtime. Falcon, kick it off, you fucking slut. Yes, you little sharp talon monkey. Oh, little monkey pants, Freddy the Falcon. Freddy the Falcon. Now, of course, we have to give this swole card away to a white person because, that's just how we think. Just kidding. We got a winner, Frank Mavica. Congratulations, Mr. Fef himself. From the comment, Fef this snowflake, please. All the snowflakes have indeed been Fef. Congratulations, Frank. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card 2470 Schwam in the subject, your mailing address, and the body of the email. We'll send you the swole card, you fucking slut. And we'll take some soundboard requests. Fam, we have overtime. Head on into the Daily Swole Telegram chat. Let's get into that brand new DWG. Come on, who's ready for some DWG? DW, hey. DW, hey. WG. It's driving while getting.
What happened to your queer party friends?
Sand! Sand! Sand!
Make sure make sure you have the record player on at night.
And my existence, while grotesque and incomprehensible to you, saves lives.
Ever served in a forward area?
You can be fat and be healthy. I'm sorry, Lizzo, healthier than I will ever be.
Oh yeah, baby.
I better use my strong.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Who's ready for some DWG?
Well, I could be wrong, but I believe diversity is an old wooden ship that was used during the Civil War era.
Fucking making music.
The ice, Chico. They never lie.
Are there any women here today?
And by the way, I sit on the stand, and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again.
no medication except my fucking antidepressants.
Got out just in time. Can we get it coast to coast? Oh, beautiful execution. Oh my God. I almost clipped that ivory for a second. Let me roll in this fucking hog. 1 second, fam. All right, lock that in. Fam, we're done. We're done. But wait. Oh!
Finish him.
All right, we are ready for fucking overtime, you beaches. Head on into the Telegram chat. Head on into the Telegram chat, the Daily Swole Telegram chat, and Swole TV. We've got in two places. We got the chat going on in the Daily Swole Telegram chat. Join from your homepage if you're brand new, swolenormousx.com. And if you're listening to this later and you're like, fuck, I missed overtime. Well, boo. Why? I've been talking about it. It's every fucking Friday. But if you missed it, join us, swolenormousx.com. It will be available later today if you missed the live OT. It's going to be fire. So we'll get started in 2 minutes once we close out here, and then we're going to go right into OT. So 2-minute warning. Head on over there. Let's fucking go. I see TJ, Giovanni. I see Cerny. I see Nancy. I see Loretta, Brandon. A bunch of you are already in the Telegram chat. So let's fucking go. Brand new DWG. It's going to be Liddy McTitterson. We'll see you over there, and we'll see you all tomorrow for episode 2470 Dose for Swole Slut Saturday. Thank you so much for being here. Love you, beaches. Peace, McGeese. Deuce, Magoose. Your boy, Papa Swolio. Out.
I just wanna win on the low, like